For those of us who just want more life, with extended life on our fruit, vegetables, and even bread, this is it. In fact, the lady who created this, the whole story, if you like, started off as a lovely interaction between herself and a grandmother in India, who'd made her a special spiced tea. She then comes middle school, was starting to do some middle school science experiments, and started working with this one. In fact, you know what? I've got the creator of this product who's going to tell you exactly how she created it. I want to listen to her right now. Have a look at this.
I never thought that these crazy experiments in my garage would lead to something. I'd learned that the world's farmers were harvesting enough food to feed the planet, but we just weren't able to distribute food efficiently enough. It all actually started when I was in middle school and I was visiting my grandma in India. My mom warned me to be really careful about drinking the tap water. I accidentally drank almost an entire cup. But my grandma made this mixture of different spices and gave me like this murky brown spiced tea, and I ended up not getting sick. One day I was grocery shopping with my mom, and I noticed that all the strawberries seemed to have some fuzz growing at the bottom. That was when I had that first aha moment. We started with no funding. We had no experience and we had no resources, but at every step of the way, people came forward to help us because they believed in our mission. They believed in the idea that simple can be powerful. That was when we first started to think that maybe we could build a social enterprise where we could sell fresh paper to growers and farmers and retailers and consumers, and that would enable us to give it away to food banks. So much of making a difference is just understanding that, you know, usually you are enough. You have everything that you need to take the first step.
How cool is that? That is amazing. Now let me read this. I want to make sure I get this right. She received Time Magazine Top 5 Innovative Women in Food, and on top of that, she was at one of the farmers markets selling this amazing product, and got a phone call to be told that she'd won the Index Design Award. Now, that's for innovative, amazing product, and get this, the two previous winners of that Index Design Award, Apple and Tesla. Now, as you heard, all you need to do is you take a sheet of paper, these are all stuck together, they are stuck together, I'll hold them like this. You take one of these sheets of paper, and actually you can cut these to size, and just put them in the vegetables, in the fruit and veg drawer, in the fruit basket on the counter, and just leave it there. Now they will go ahead. It's made of all organic system. It'll actually go ahead and keep those goods for up to a month per sheet. So it'll extend the life of your fruit, vegetables, and bread. Now, this is the bread system you have here. Now you're getting 24 in this, so that's 2 years worth of keeping one particular item fresh, extended longer with this one. That's 2 years. So you're getting 24 of those, 3 packs of 8. And then we also have the bread. Now, as far as I know, still at this point, HSN is the only one that has the bread system. It's $19.95. Now, let me ask you this question. How much wasted food do you think that we'd go through every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year, average family? Now, I know in Australia, some of the statistics were frightening. It's something like literally walking out of a grocery store with 5 bags of groceries and taking 1 bag and throwing it in the garbage because of spoilage, because of food going off. Because, you know, I know you and I, as parents, as grandparents or whatever, home keepers, we want to make sure that we're getting the best bang for our buck when it comes to shopping. But when you buy in bulk, of course, the first question is, are we going to get the most out of our food from the first bowl of cereal to the last bowl of cereal? This is a fantastic way to be able to do it. So again, you're getting 3 pack of 8 count bread or produce saver sheets, $19.95. 2 flex pays of less than $10, and it is as simple. If you saw the demonstrations, and I've done a couple of shows with her, the presentations are very quick because you literally all you do is take a sheet of paper and you put it on top of the bowl. Or remember that you saw in the presentation, she talked about the strawberries, the punnet of strawberries. Literally just put it in the strawberries. That's all you do. You just leave it in there. 1 sheet of paper will be active for up to a month. That is extending the life of your fruit, vegetables, and bread 1 sheet for up to a month. And think about the cost. Talking about that style of wastage when it comes to moisture, when it comes to oxygen, when it comes to the spoilage of food. Think about how much we spend or how much money we lose. This is $20 and you're getting basically 2 years worth of these amazing sheets, these FreshPaper sheets. Again, the rewards. Time Magazine Top 5 Innovative Women in Food and the Index Design Award, previously won by Apple and Tesla. Going to be on at 10 a.m. this morning, as I said. I think the bread is more limited. You'll see here, actually, they've got the bread. It's got